Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and I've noticed a couple things in your newspaper. They're talking about surnames, and that's something that I've talked about for the last 10 years that I've been blogging about Barbados. I've mentioned that part of your education, good education, would have facilitated you changing your last names. I'm thinking that you're listening to me, but I don't want to say you're listening to me. I don't want you to think that my head has grown. So I'm not going to attribute what I'm reading here to anything I've said for the last 10 years. So let's talk about what this particular guy wrote in your newspaper. Let's talk about your surnames. Yes, surnames are attached to plantations and the owner of the plantation, and if you have your the owner of the plantation's last name, you're a slave. You are a slave. And when you move out of slavery, when you take back your life, I'm not talking about emancipation, the emancipation. I'm talking about you taking your life and your future into your hands. The first thing any intelligent person would do, any person who has any sort of pride, any sort of presence, they would change their last name. That is the first thing you would do, and your education should have taught you to do that. But then again, you took the education of the ancestor of your colonial masters. Okay, you took their education, and now what I'm seeing here recently is Andrew Pilgrim Senior Counsel. He's not saying King's Council anymore. Is it because you became a republic? Is it because someone spoke to him? Is it because he was listening to me? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm to take myself out of the equation, okay? I'm going to take myself out of this equation because all the King's Councils and the Queen's Councils, for me, were traitors. They cannot be trusted. You cannot trust anyone that holds on to the way of the colonial masters. You cannot be trusted. So now I'm seeing Senior Counsel, and guess what, for Michael Lashley, a Senior Counsel too. So they are slowly but surely changing their stance, changing the way they label. Is a label, is a badge of honor. So are they changing the way they honor themselves with words and titles? Senior Counsel Michael Ashley. So now it's Senior Counsel instead of King's Counsel, because as soon as the Queen died, you all know the story, right? As soon as the Queen died, QC, it was KC, King's Counsel. So now it's Senior Counsel. So what are we supposed to be taking from what we are seeing here in your newspaper? Maybe Barbadians are coming to their senses. Maybe. Sure, Veronica.